We're back. Time for another edition of the Carolina Insider. This is as best an emergency pod as we can do. Standing here on the floor in New Orleans, 81-77, Carolina wins. They're going to the national title. Adam, I thought Mike Krzyzewski said it well in the postgame. He said this game was fitting of the first Carolina-Duke game in a Final Four. Both teams played well. Carolina made the plays at the end. What a win.
It really was a well-played basketball game with some big plays from both sides, but the biggest plays from Carolina's side, right over there. Caleb Love hit a giant three-point shot that felt decisive, although the game still continued, but it felt like a big one at the moment. And what a night. What a night in New Orleans. Most significant Tar Heel non-championship win ever?
Yes,
absolutely. I think so, too.
4 consecutive Final Four wins now for the Tar Heels. 3rd championship game that they'll be making an appearance in the last 6 tournaments that have occurred. So much to talk about. Adam, let's start with the fact that Carolina made some stops and made the plays that it needed down the stretch. You mentioned Love's 3. He had some big free throws. Bacot had more than 20 rebounds in this game. Brady Manick had a couple of huge threes. Leaky Black had a couple of threes in this game. Puff Johnson hit 2 big free throws. I mean, everybody who was out there did something.
Armando Bacot goes 11 and 21.
And we're not even talking about him.
Last NCAA tournament game, he had 22. He's got 22 and 21 rebounds in back-to-back games, and he would have had more than that if he hadn't sat out for a minute when every Carolina fan's heart collectively stopped when he went down and had to go out of the game with what looked like an ankle injury.
Hubert Davis, Adam, in his first year has the Tar Heels in the championship game, and he and his team defeated Duke in Mike Krzyzewski's final home game and eliminated Duke in the NCAA tournament and sent Mike Krzyzewski into retirement.
Mike Krzyzewski has an eternal one-game losing streak against the Tar Heels at Cameron in his life and 2-game losing streak to the Tar Heels overall. And he finishes 50 and 50 against Carolina. In Duke's best era ever, they finished 50 and 50 against Carolina in Mike Krzyzewski's career. I mean, you can't make it up. And I was standing here thinking, a guy we didn't mention, R.J. Davis, kept Carolina in the game in the first half when nobody else could make a shot. R.J. Davis is out there making shots all over the court.
Adam, the celebration was intense after the game, and yet Carolina has another game. And so we'll talk about that in a second. But let's hear what Hubert Davis had to say about getting motivated for Monday night.
That's easy. I mean, we're playing for a national championship. One of the things that these guys have done a really good job at is celebrating a win, but also putting that aside and focusing on the tasks ahead of us. After we played an unbelievable Baylor team, we were able to set our sights on UCLA, and after UCLA, St. Peter's, after Marquette, and, it was just these guys have been fantastic at because I want them to celebrate tonight. I just do. This is a special moment for them. This is a special moment for our program. So I want them to enjoy themselves, and so that's important. But we have more than enough time to prepare for an unbelievable Kansas team, and playing for the national championship. If you're not motivated for that, you shouldn't be playing.
The year after Roy Williams retires, Carolina plays Kansas in the national championship game. And Adam, everything leading up to tonight was about Carolina and Duke from the outside. Kansas, #1 seed. They controlled the game against Villanova. Big-time team that Carolina sees on Monday night.
Kansas looked very, very good tonight at the Superdome. I'm not sure anyone from Carolina cares at all until tomorrow morning at about 7 a.m. when they start thinking about, you get to play for the national championship. The national championship. This Carolina team playing for it on Monday night. I've never seen anything like it. Jones mentioned the celebration. I've never seen a celebration that emotional.
No.
Even after a championship win.
I agree.
We were right there in 17 with the players and their families. It was not as emotional as this was here tonight.
8 o'clock. We're going to be on the air, Tar Heel Sports Network-wise, to get you ready for Carolina and Kansas in the national championship game. Of course, these two have met plenty of times overall and in the tournament. They've also met for the national title before as well, back in 1957. 81-77. what a night for Carolina. New Orleans has long been good to the Tar Heels. They add another chapter of that tonight. Can't wait to see you on Monday.